Okay, number 1. Very first thing we're going to do is what? Very first thing I want you to do is find a GCF. Do I have a GCF? My smallest number is a 7. 7 does not go into 25. 7 does not go into 12. Do we all agree? Next, 2 binomials. Factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. What did I tell you to always do first? Closest together. So I'm going to put a 3x here and a 4x there. Next, I told you to look at the very last number. Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Okay, now, next, you're going to look at the last term sign. What is the last term sign? Negative. So what does that imply about our signs? They are going to be opposite, and we are going to subtract. Correct? Now, what are the factors of 7? 1 and 7. Now, I need you to logically think about where you are going to put the 7 at. I need to subtract my inner and outer terms to obtain a negative 25. When you subtract, you're coming down from a bigger number. Would you agree? So I need to strategically put the 7 in a place that's going to multiply to give you a number bigger than 25. So if I put the 7 on the outside, 3 times 7 is going to give me a what? Is that going to work? No. So obviously you don't want to put it there. You want to put the 7 here because 7 times 4 with the inner will give me what? 28. Is that over the other number? Yes. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do inner. Inner gives me a 28x. Outer is going to give me a negative 3 or a positive 3x. But I need it to be what? A negative 25. So the 28 is negative, making the 7 be negative and the 1 be positive. Do we understand that, yes or no? Yeah. The negative goes with the bigger number. In this case, 28 is bigger than 3. So how did I get the 28? 7 times 4, so that's why the 7 is negative. This is done.
You have to get a negative 25.
I need a negative 25. It'll give you a positive 25. I need a negative 25. So the 28 has to be negative. How did we get the 28? 7 times 4. You with me? Okay. Next, what was the other one I told you to circle? Number 4. Here we go, number 4. What's the first question you ask yourself? Do I have a GCF? Well, you have to look. What's my smallest number up there? 15. What are all my factors of 15? 15 is 1 and 5 and 3 and 5. Does 15 go into 42? No. Is 5 going to go into it? Is 3 going to go into it? Well, look at your calculators. Take 42 and divide it by 3. Do it now. It does. Is 24 divisible by 3? Yes. So do I have a GCF? Yes. And what is it? A 3. So we're going to pull out a 3. So we're going to divide each and every term by 3. What is 24x squared divided by 3? 8x squared. What is 42x divided by 3? 14x. And what is 15 divided by 3? 5. Do we see that? Yes or no?
Yes.
We good? Did you say yes or no? Okay. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into 2 binomials. So I need to have the factors of 8. My factors of 8 are 1 and 8 and 2 and 4. What have I always told you to use? Closest together. So this is going to be a 2x and a 4x. Then we look at our signs. My outcome for my 5 has to be a what? A positive. So that has to be a positive. That means I'm going to have plus, plus, or minus, minus. Which one is it going to be? It has to be plus, plus because my middle term is plus, which means I am adding. So plus, plus. And what are my factors of 5? 1 and 5. Now think before you place. I need to get 2 numbers that are going to add together to obtain 14. I can't go over 14. Do you understand So if I put 5 in the first blank with the 2, my inner would be 5 times 4, which would give me 20. That's over 14. Does that make sense to you? No, so I have to put the 5 over here with the 1 there. So if I check, inner gives me a 4x, outer gives me a 10x to give me 14x. Is that what I wanted? Done. Do we understand that? Are you in Google Classroom? Did you go to the days that you missed? Okay, what's the next one I told you to do? Okay, step 1, what do you look for? An assignment. Do it by yourself, Robert. Okay, what do you notice about this problem? Does 11 go into every one of them? Did you guys check that? What else should go into every one of them? There's an x in every one of those terms, right? So what am I supposed to pull out? Careful. A negative 11x, remember? Because we don't like our x squared term to be negative. So we're going to pull out a negative 11x. So if I pull out a negative 11x, remember on our first worksheet, we either had 1 or negative 1, and every time there's a negative 1, we pulled out a negative 1. But we want that to turn into an x squared. So when we pull out 11x, it turns into an x squared. Okay? So we're going to pull out a negative 11x. So if I pull a negative 11x out of negative 11x cubed, what remains? Positive x squared. How about 110x squared? Negative 10x. And what about negative 264x? Plus 24. Does everybody see that, yes or no? We all good? Okay, now what? Now I'm going to go ahead and split this into 2 binomials. How do I break down x squared? X and x. And what do we know about my signs? I need to have a positive 24, which means my signs are either plus, plus, or minus, minus. How do I determine? Look at the middle one. The middle one's negative, so they're both negative. Now, can you find any factors of 24 that will add to give you 10? I'm sorry, Bobby? 6 and 4. So I'm going to check. Inner gives me negative 4x. Outer gives me negative 6x to give me a negative 10x, and I know I'm correct. Do we understand the answer there? Yes or no? Okay, what's the next one I circled? 7. Talk to me about number 7. What do you look for first? GCF. Do I have a GCF? So let's find the smallest number up there. The smallest number is 20. Does 20 go into 47? No, just 20. Next one is 10. Does 10 go into it? No. How about 5? No. How about 4? No. How about 2? Is there a GCF? There's no GCF. Y'all good on that one? Yes? 2 binomials. Factors of 20 are 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. What have I told you to use? Closest together, so we're going to use 4x and 5x. Yes? Next, 24 is positive, so my signs are either plus, plus, or minus, minus. Which one do I use? Plus, plus, because the middle term is plus. So I'm adding. Next one is factors of 24. That's 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Yes? What did I tell you to use? Okay, so let's talk about this a minute. If I use 4 and 6, 4 and 6 are both even, aren't they? So if I put them in with the 4, 4x plus 4, if I put it right here, what would that mean? I'd have a GCF. But didn't we say we weren't supposed to have a GCF? So can I do that? I can't put the 4 there. So let's swap it out. Can I put the 6 there? No, so that's the same issue. So what can you conclude? I cannot use 4 4 and 6. It's not possible because it creates a GCF, and we said there was not a GCF, so we're going to go to the next one. The next set of numbers are 3 and 8. So can I put the 8 in with the 4? No, so where do I have to put the 8? I have to put the 8 in with the 5, and I have to put the 3 here. So I'm going to go ahead and check that now. What does inner give me? 15x. What does outer give me? 32x. And what's 15x plus 32x? 47x. Is that what I wanted? Yes, it was. Do we understand that? Okay, turn it over. Talk to me. What's the first one I told you to do? 10. Okay, 10. What should you do first? I did smell it. I can't wait to eat it. Okay, so what's my GCF? A 5? A 3? A negative 5? Oh, keep them coming because I haven't heard the right one yet. I did hear the first one. I did hear one right, but I need everybody to tell me which one it is that she said that was right. And I just gave it away because it was a shame. What is it? Negative 5 is correct. I said she, and I was referring to you, but I wanted to make sure that everybody else agreed with you. Okay, so if I pull out a negative 5, what remains? Please do that now yourselves. It is negative 5 parentheses 3x squared plus 14x minus 24. Who all got that? Good job. Now what do we do? Two binomials. So how do I break down 3x squared? One more time. 3x and 1x. Because we're doing multiplication tables of 3 or 1 and 3. Yes, you may. You may have it as a 1x and then a 3x on the other one. It does not matter. Okay? Now, what do you tell me about my signs? They're going to be opposites. Check the video online. There's no notes. It's just 36 through 88. Okay, now, what are my signs? What did you say my signs are going to be? Opposite, which means we are what? Subtracting. So when we do inner and outer, the bigger number is going to get the what sign? The second sign, which is positive. Do we understand that? So we now need to find the factors of 24. What are the factors of 24? 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Can I use 4 and 6?
Yes.
I can use 4 and 6. Can I put the 4 with the 3? Yes, but can I put the 6 with the 3? No, so I have to put the 4 there and the 6 there. Inner gives me 4x, outer gives me 18x, but I need it to be a positive 14. So that means the 4 is negative and the 6 is positive, making that a positive 14x. Did you all understand that? Yes. What's the next one I said to do? Okay, keep going. Go without me. See how you guys can do it yourselves. I am not here. What's your GCF? 6 what? 6N. How many people did not pull out the N? Do you understand what you did now? So if we pull out a 6N, what remains is going to be N squared plus a 2N. And what is 90N divided by 6N? Minus 15. So now what? Drop down to 6N. How do I break down N squared? And an N, I need a negative 15, so what are my signs? Opposite, and I can't put those in because I only have ones on my variables. Factors of 15? So which ones do you think we would use to get 2 when I subtract? 3 and 5 are going to work. However, what goes where? The 3 goes with the negative, the 5 is positive because the bigger number gets the inner sign. Do we all understand that, yes or no? What's the next one I said to do? Go. Tell me out of here. We got time. Do I have a GCF? No, I don't. So, factors of 20. 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. Talk to me. I would. 4x and 5x. Next, what's the number 27? What's that sign going to be? Negative, so what does that mean? Do I put my signs in right now? No, because I don't have a 1x and a 1x, right? So now I need to look for factors of 27. 1 and 27? 3 and 9. What do you think? 3 and 9. Now let's think about this. Our signs have to be opposite, right? So I have to get a number larger than our middle term of 21 to come down to the number 21, right? So let's strategically think about where we're going to put 9. If I put 9 by the 5, where I'm multiplying them together, that gives me a big number of 45. Is that helpful? Probably not. So let's put the 9 on the outside and then put the 3 on the inside. And when I do that, inner gives me a 15x, outer gives me a 32x or 36x, sorry. And if I subtract those, what does 36 take away 15? It is 21, but I need it to be a positive 21. So the 36 is positive, and how did I get the 36? 4 times 9, which is going to be a plus 9 and a negative 3. Do we understand that, yes or no? Yes? Okay. Now, was it better than me putting you in your own groups today, you think?
Yeah.
What do I want for you guys to do for homework? You guys need to do this worksheet, and then I want you to also make sure you are correcting the ones that you did not get done from last night, or you need to complete. Any questions? No. Fine. Are you good though? Yeah. Okay.